Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and we have breaking news in the case of Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell, well, this is a big one. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. This is actually great news for President Donald Trump, for the Department of Justice, and for the entire Epstein saga. This thing has been dragged out and dragged into the media for so long, and there's been so many false narratives, so many conspiracy theories that have been floating around against Donald Trump, of all people, who, has kicked this guy out of his club, is on record as helping the prosecution in the case, who's the victims of Epstein said they never saw Trump do anything wrong, but yet Democrats, of course, want to spin this yarn. They want to create this, and the media helps them, and your late-night talk shows and your Saturday Night Lives and all these places help them. And low-information voters, people who don't look into these things, they believe it. It's almost not their fault, right? They get sucked into the narrative. Well, a decision by a judge today, at the behest of the Trump Department of Justice, has decided to release all the files associated with the case against Ghislaine Maxwell. This is massive. There's going to be names named. There's going to be information in those. And releasing those right now, I think it only helps President Donald Trump. I want you guys to watch this. Let me know what you think in the comments.
We'll keep you updated.
Okay, thanks very much, Priscilla Alvarez, reporting. All right, we're just getting Ellie Honig in to give us some legal analysis right now on this Justice Department decision to release a whole bunch of documents involving Ghislaine Maxwell, the woman who was involved with Epstein, as all of us know. What's your sense? When are these documents going to be released, and how significant are they?
Well, so these are the grand jury materials that relate to the Justice Department through the Southern District of New York's prosecution of Ghislaine Maxwell, which happened primarily in 2020. Now, DOJ had gone to this judge, Judge Paul Engelmeyer, before a few months ago and asked for permission to unseal the grand jury materials. At that time, the judge denied the request because grand jury materials are ordinarily supposed to be confidential, and the judge said, I don't see any compelling reason why we need to change that. Now, what has changed, however, is that Congress has passed and the president has signed this Epstein Files Transparency Act, which essentially overrides the normal concerns about grand jury confidentiality. So the judge today has said, well, in light of this law that's been passed, I now order that the grand jury materials should be released. Now, as to what's in them, we have a little bit of a clue, Wolf, because when Judge Engelmeyer denied the initial request a few months ago, he said essentially there's really not much that's new in these files. Most of what's in the grand jury materials is already known to the public through the indictment of Ghislaine Maxwell, through her extensive trial, through the briefs that the parties submitted, through the evidence at the trial. So I don't think we should expect, based on that, to see anything brand new and shocking. But what we will see is what evidence did prosecutors put in front of the grand jury? What testimony did this FBI agent give around the case? It'll give us some more visibility into how the Maxwell case happened.
And I just want to be precise and correct. This was a federal judge who ordered the release of these documents, not the Justice